Hey, we're Packers Comes Wolf, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. So last time we completed one of Cassandra's personal quests, which was hunting down the Lost Seekers, and now we're going to talk to her after she received the... I don't remember what the book is called, but it's the Seeker's book from Lord Seeker Lambert. Wait, Lambert or Lucius? I can't remember, because I know one of them was in Sunder. Oh, sorry, whatever, the Lord Seeker. Let's talk to Cassandra.
This tome has passed from Lord Seeker to Lord Seeker since the time of the old Inquisition. And now it falls to me.
Are you all right? You look drained.
On the contrary, it's a delight. I'm riveted.
Oh, you're joking.
Do you know what the Rite of Tranquility is? The last resort used on mages in the Circle, leaving them unable to cast, but depriving them of dreams and all emotion. It should only be used on those who cannot control their abilities, but that has not always been the case.
Deprived of all emotion? That sounds...
I always thought it a necessary evil. What finally began the Mage Rebellion was the discovery the Rite of Tranquility could be reversed. The Lord Seeker at the time covered it up, harshly. There were deaths. It was dangerous knowledge, the shock of its discovery in addition to what happened in Kirkwall. But it appears we've always known how to reverse the Rite, from the beginning.
Why keep that knowledge a secret?
We created the Rite of Tranquility. I told you of my vigil, the months I spent emptying myself of all emotion. I was made tranquil and didn't even know. Then the vigil summoned the spirit of faith to touch my mind. That broke tranquility and gave me my abilities. The Seekers did not share that secret. Not with me, not with the Chantry, not even with... There's more. Lucius was not wrong about the Order. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
You said there was more in the book.
At some point, power becomes its own master. We cast aside ideals in favor of expedience, and tell ourselves it was all necessary for the people. Will that happen to us, Inquisitor? Will we repeat history?
I can't foresee the future, Cassandra.
But we know the past. Those who do not heed history are doomed to repeat it.
I don't think I've ever seen you so shaken.
I do not think the Seekers have been doing the Maker's work. Not truly. Perhaps we believed it once. The original Inquisition came to be during a terrible time. But now, we harbored secrets and let them fester. We acted to survive, but not to serve. That is not the Maker's work.
If you did rebuild the Seekers, how would you do it?
I can't be the only one remaining. We will always spread to the winds, and some may still be out there. I would find them one by one. We would all read this book, no more secrets. Then together we would establish a new charter. The Maker's work in truth.
You keep saying that, but what is the Maker's work?
There is no way to know for certain. That is why we must seek it out. Perhaps we lost our way because we stopped looking.
If anyone can rebuild them into something worthwhile, you can.
But are they worth rebuilding?
You could make them worth it.
I will think on your words. Thank you. I could not have done this on my own.
Okay, so we unlocked the Rite of Tranquility, which if you read the Book of Sunder, you figure this out, and it's a good book. It's really good. So this, I'm assuming, does like Cassandra's romance, which is something I do want to do. Before I do that, I think I have to talk to Cullen. Actually, I don't know why I did that. I want to go here. Speak with Cullen. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna speak to Cullen. Let me talk to Cassandra one more time, see if that unlocks her romance. Let's see. Cassandra.
I was hoping we could speak privately.
Are we not?
Right. Of course we are. The flirting. With me. I've noticed it. Unless it is my imagination, which is entirely possible.
No, it's not your imagination.
You cannot court me if that's your intention. It's impossible.
Why is it impossible exactly?
That should be obvious.
Well, it isn't obvious to me.
You intend to properly court me? You of all people?
Is that what you want?
No. I take it back. That is what I want. I want a man who sweeps me off my feet, who gives me flowers and reads me poetry by candlelight. I want the ideal. You are the Inquisitor and the Herald of Andraste. You cannot be that man.
I didn't expect you to feel this way.
I know what you see. I am a warrior. I am blunt and difficult and self-righteous. But my heart lies beneath all that. It yearns for these things I cannot have. If you cannot see that, then desist. What enamors you is but the surface.
I can be that man, Cassandra.
The world hinges on our actions. We face death at every turn, Inquisitor.
That doesn't change how I feel.
It changes everything.
Okay, the ideal romance. Search the stores in Varroyo for some candles. Talk to the gardener about flowers in Varroyo. Talk to the vendor and reactive about poetry books. Okay. See, this is why I waited, because if you do this cutscene with her, then the way you enter, I'm pretty sure it's right here. Wait, hold on. Wait. No, this is not it. How the heck did we get in here? How did we get over here? Because this makes no sense. Oh, okay. Hello, Vivian. That's twice I've been coming to your area. But the place where we enter at to get up here is blocked by a banister, which really annoyed the heck out of me. So that's why I waited so long to do this romance. Humble letter, my dear Ewan. Okay, I'm gonna read that later. See, I don't get to come up here until I do that cutscene, because I never remember how to get up here. Okay, there's still some places up here that are broken down and needs to be repaired. Alright, and we're above the guard. Wait, what is that? It says examine. What is this? Hold up. I've never seen this. Cataloging Skyhold Elven arrow with inscription. An arrow, Elven of course, because who else would be this fancy with a throwaway? Okay. I've talked weapon talk with traders before, and this squiggly scratching means make you dead, or near enough. Well made. Have to be to keep its shapes. Okay, what the heck is this letter? I've never seen that before. I've never seen that arrow. Are there more of those? I have to look around for that, because that's interesting. I've never seen that arrow. I found something new, and even though I wasn't looking. Where's all your... Oh, God, I was like, where your stuff is, and it just popped out of nowhere. Okay. Vivian.
My dear, did you need me for something?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
You must have an opinion of the Templars after living so long in the Circle.
Having opinions about Templars, my dear, is exactly like having opinions about mages or Navarrans or men. I have known some who were impossible to endure and some who were utterly charming. I have suffered insults at the hands of those in the armor, but no more than I endured from nobles or tradesmen in Val Royal. Personally, I have found the Templars a useful tool, skilled at keeping more unpleasant elements at bay.
Okay. So I was really trying to get her to do her personal quest. I just can't remember how to do it. I don't think I have anything to turn in, but I'm gonna do it anyway just to make sure. Nope. Okay. I don't think Fiona is still over here. So I'm gonna talk to Dorian real quick. So this episode is pretty much probably me catching up with some companions.
Questions.
No, I'm not romancing you.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Popular topic. Anything specific?
Corypheus is a figure out of Tevinter history. He was a magister.
Yes, but that was a different time. The Imperium's power was at its peak then. The Civil War had ended. The Magisterium was united, its armies scooping up bits of Thedas like candy. The Magisters who entered the Black City. It was a demonstration of how exceptional Tevinter had become.
But who were they?
No one knows. There's no record of a Magister named Corypheus. All this happened 1400 years ago, before the Blight nearly wiped us out. There are no records. Today, people half believe it's all just a story. That's what I believe.
We have evidence the story is very much real.
But not who Corypheus is, if he even remembers. There used to be families who claimed some of those Magisters as their own. That stopped when the Chantry appeared. Then it was shameful, and the families distanced themselves from the tale. All we know is that some men and women entered the Black City looking for the old gods. What did they find? According to Corypheus, nothing. And only he could tell us more.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
I should go.
As you wish.
Okay, so I think I get more cutscenes with him after I do another main mission. What is in this door? Is this Vivian again? How many doors lead to your Dane area, Vivian? Jeez. I'm gonna go up and talk to Lydiana, because I'm not sure if I got her personal quest as well. I don't think I did. Lydiana.
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade physically.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
Okay.
I'll leave you to your work.
Alright, good to know, good to know. Okay, now I'm curious about those arrows now. Not sure how many of those there are. I don't travel this banister very often. Of course there's nothing over here. It would be really cool if they put something right here. I need to talk to like a lot of my companions. It's been a while. That never gets fixed, I don't think. Which you may want to think about fixing because it's a big hole in our defense. Alright, I'm gonna jump down and go talk to Solus. Oh, right. Almost on your desk. Close. Wait, where are you? Oh. Okay, that's... No.
How can I help?
I need to know more about Corypheus.
We spoke of this on our travels to Skyhold. What more can I tell you? Cassandra and Varric seem more familiar with their adversary.
You've given me good counsel before. I could use some now.
My apologies, Inquisitor. My poor manners shame me. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can.
I would like to know more about the orb he carries.
As I said, that must be the means by which he created the breach. I suspect the blast that destroyed the Conclave was more accident than anything. The result of unlocking power that had sought release for ages. What I cannot understand is how he managed to survive such an explosion.
You said that you believe the orb is Elven.
I never would have believed a Devinter mage could unlock such a powerful relic. It clearly enhances his abilities, giving him access to power he should never have known.
Like the power to control the Archdemon.
Indirectly, one assumes. Nothing in any lore connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons.
What do you think Corypheus will do next?
Taken his army. He lacks the conventional forces to take Orlais. He must see Orlais destroyed utterly by whatever means possible, not merely thrown into chaos.
You're sure that's what he'll do?
As certain as is possible, assuming I can plausibly predict a man who seeks to rise to godhood.
And can you?
The key is understanding this. No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying. His deception will undo him, as it has done countless fools before.
What can you tell me about the source of Corypheus's power?
According to the law, the ancient Magistars of Avinter received guidance from the old gods. Corypheus commands a false archdemon, a corrupted old god. This suggests he no longer sees himself as their minion. Some of his unique power comes from the corruption of the Blight. The rest may come from the orb he carries.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Okay, so usually I don't always take everything sort of says at face value for different reasons. What is this? It seems strange. His artwork is always somewhat strange. Oh, he's not finished yet. But then there's this one, which is really interesting. I'll go more into that later. Hold up. Okay, so who have I? Oh, let's talk to Josephine because reasons. Well, because we finished her mission. I just want to talk to her.
We've an interesting development, Inquisitor. A petition from citizens of Val Royal. They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Fade.
They think she spoke to me?
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
It's not Andraste who saved me.
Few people outside Skyhold know it was Divine Justinia who delivered you from the Fade. You could attempt to tell Val Royal's citizens the truth, though it may not be as inspiring as they hope.
Tell these petitioners, Andraste said she cares for us always, as she walks by the Maker's side.
A fine sentiment. We will have it proclaimed in Val Royal.
Okay, so I just did that to give people hope. I mean, usually legends are built off of craziness anyway, so I'm like, might as well, go with it. Okay, so there's a way to get the, I've been down here a few times before and showed you guys. No new codex entries down here, nothing like that. I need to clean up the cobwebs, that's one thing I need to do. I've not talked to Blackwall in a while. I need to really go talk to him. I'm not talking to Varric just yet because I know what that personal quest is, and I'm not doing that just yet. I need to talk to Blackwall though. I meant to still talk to Cullen. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna do that in a minute. I need to talk to everybody really. And this episode is mostly about me catching up with my companions. God, where is Blackwall?
Your worship.
Hello, Blackwall. Got anything to tell me?
Inquisitor?
How much do you know about Corypheus?
Not much. I always thought the stories of Magisters corrupting the Golden City were just that. Stories. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Don't the Grey Wardens know everything about Darkspawn?
You don't have to know how a Darkspawn came to be in order to kill it. We're soldiers, not historians. And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather than explaining how it came to be.
Corypheus stopped being human a long time ago. Darkspawn don't have human lifespans, do they?
No, I suppose they don't. They're unnatural and sustained by evil. It's been thousands of years. You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first Darkspawn by now.
Do you know if there are more Darkspawn like Corypheus?
I don't know. I'm not sure any Warden knows.
Let's discuss something else.
Okay.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Alright, so he knows nothing. That shouldn't be too surprising. I don't need any more things because I've gotten all the horses. Like, I literally have all the horses. Well, except for like this, I don't even need to buy these because I have all of these. Like, because they get transferred through the thing. This I have to unlock because it's really, I'm sorry for my language. It's really stupid how you have to keep unlocking that one. And I can go do it, but I'm just not gonna do it just yet. And then there are horses I can't unlock at all, which is, wait, what's it, this one? That's the one I get from the data. I haven't linked that for some stupid reason. I don't know why I haven't done that. This one I can unlock, and I'll do that later. I was wondering, it was like a set of horses I couldn't get. Oh, well, yeah.
That'll do fine.
So I talked to Blackwall. Let me talk to Iron Bull, Cole, and Sarah, and that will kind of wrap up my reconnecting with my companions. I still have like 12 minutes, so I have a good bit of time. I may go ahead and collect the rest of that stuff for Cassandra, complete her romance next episode, and that will be it. So let's talk to Iron Bull real quick. I don't know if you have anything to say.
Hey, good to... Are you using a new soap or something? Got one of those scented bath things? Because I don't want this to sound weird, but you smell really good. Almost dragony. Alright, that sounded weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot I didn't talk to him after I became a Reaver.
I've started training as a Reaver. Part of the process involves drinking dragon blood.
Ah, okay. That'll do it. I've heard about Reavers. Brutally efficient. Get meaner the more they hurt. Warriors after my own heart.
I've noticed that your fighting style has a lot in common with a Reaver. Are you...
No. Guess I just stumbled on a similar style. I've always been good at reading people. Part of that is knowing how to make them flinch. They can hit me, they can hurt me, but they can't beat me.
Is there any reason dragon blood smells good to you?
Nothing I know of. Always had a thing for dragons, though. Most Qunari do. Maybe there's something tying us to them, deep in the blood. Or maybe it's just the dragons are really badass.
You don't have any trouble with Reavers, then?
Not with their fighting style, anyway. I care more about the why than the what. So, why'd you start drinking the blood?
The things we're fighting these days hit hard. I needed to hit harder.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I focus on offense most of the time myself. Every warrior gets hurt. The good warriors fight better that way. We can always patch ourselves up once the other guy's dead, right?
There was actually another matter I wanted to discuss.
What you got?
Can you tell me more about Saharan?
What do you want to know?
Oh god, there's a lot here.
What are things like for the natives of Saharan?
I remember one guy. He made these things, fish wrapped in thin bread. Nice guy. Talk to him every morning. So, one time I'm asking about his bad back, and I see he's nervous, trying to tell me something with his eyes. Next thing I know, his assistants draw knives and come at my team. The rebels had forced him to poison my food.
And then?
I'd seen how nervous he was, so I hadn't eaten anything. A couple of my guys weren't so lucky. We killed the rebels. I lost 2 men to the poison, another to knife wounds. My friend who made the fish wraps died with a knife in his throat. Close quarters fight. He was caught in the middle. That is what things are like for the natives of Saharan.
Tell me about the Tevinter people you fought.
The Vince sent forces to Saharan every autumn. Guess they didn't like the summer heat. We had some good fights on the beaches. standing in knee-high water foaming red with blood, ships on fire around us. The cities were worse. Free bit of advice. Don't let the Inquisition forces get suckered into urban combat.
Why do you hate Tevinter forces so much? What makes them so bad?
It's not their armies. It's their spies. They bloodied Saharan year-round, killing loyalists, supporting rebels. Alam had no city administrator. Nobody would accept the position. The last 4 who held it died inside a year. Trying to conquer a country is one thing. Making it so nobody can live there, that just screws everyone.
Tell me about the Tal Bashar.
When Canary can't handle the fighting in Sahara or lose faith in the Q, they go rogue. They flee into the wilderness and turn into bandits, attacking everyone. They're vicious, savage. You look at them and you can see why my people needed the Qun to stay civilized.
Isn't that what you did, though?
Hey, when I burned out, I didn't go rogue. I reported in and went where the Ben Hasrath sent me. I'm doing my job, serving the Qun out here. I'm not some bandit. I am nothing like them.
What were the Fog Warriors like?
They were the worst of the rebels. They trained for stealth attacks. They made this fog. I never saw any mages, so I figured it was alchemy, not magic. They were almost invisible in it. I'd be on patrol in the market square. The fog would roll in, and before I knew it, half my squad dead without a sound.
It almost sounds like you admire them.
They didn't use poison. They didn't hurt civilians, and they were damn good fighters. You have to respect that. Plus, they hit the Vince as hard as they hit us. Hearing some terrified Magister scream, "My slaves! Where are my slaves?" in the fog always put a smile on my face.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Alright. So I want to get drinks with him and his team. I'm going to do that in a minute. I want to make sure I talk to Sarah and everybody before my time runs out. Let's see. Sarah, how are you been? Been a little while since we talked.
You have a problem. That over there is a full tavern, but everyone's drinking alone. They're all up their own arses about the Inquisition. I can't have fun with everybody whinging, and they'll fall on their swords before Corypheus can push them. I'm thinking pranks. Set a few up, knock a few down. You in or not?
You have an odd idea of preparation. I need to keep them at their best.
What's best then, Mopey? Constantly ready for death to fall from the gaping hole up there. I know people. Pissed off and fired up is better than dreary bleary. Come on.
Lead the way.
What, really?
Really?
I knew you were different. Let's go. Right, General Uptight is gone. Have a search about. Find something to mess with and give your soldiers a laugh. What, the desk? Oh yes, center of the Empire and all that. What to do, what to do.
All right, Sarah. What do you want to do?
Thing looks heavy. Don't want to move or break it. I got it. Easy one. Just a slip of something under here. There, won't notice much, but it's just that little bit wonky. He's so in control that'll piss him royally. I tell one of the soldiers and boom, the general seems like people. And since he works for you, you seem like people. Come on, next one. Right, little lady prissy pants. Have a look for something she likes too much. What, just the door? Where she greets every important idiot. Yes.
Well, Sarah, what do you have in mind?
Get a bucket. Classic, yeah? 5 minutes of sloppy boss gets you weeks of happy kitchen staff. Except for the one who cleans it up, I suppose. But whatever. Next up.
Okay, this might be a bad idea.
A locked... No, leave that. Not interested in her hidden things. Not for just a bit of fun. Maybe feed her messengers something gassy? No, birds don't pop. But they flap and...
Who is up there?
Go!
That was fun. An inquisitor of the people, still remembering you're one of them. If all they got was the herald stuff, the serious bit, you'd start to sound pretty scary. That works, but not for long.
Whatever it takes. I'd start throwing pies if it kept people inspired.
Pies is so good, and Coryphanus would never do that. Good thing for you, innit? Because from the bottom, everyone up top sort of seems the same. Anyway, fun time, Inquisitor. You! Oh, frig. You did it!
I do love Sarah. That's always just fun to do. Once I could talk to the bartender, that would be fun. Let me talk to Cole real quick, see if he has anything to say. Yo, Cole, you okay?
I'm here,
Okay, no, you got nothing.
I'll talk to you later.
if you like.
Alright, since I only got like 4 minutes, last thing I'm gonna do is get some drinks with Iron Bull and his company. Wait, oh, no, wait, not that way. I do love Sarah. Sarah's amazing.
Thank you.
I want to talk to the bartender and see what he has to say. Let's see.
Inquisitor.
And you are
The bartender, Cabot.
just the bartender?
You were expecting...
Well, welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
What's the current mood?
Sprightly.
Where did you study? I assume you trained.
In bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix the bottles that don't taste like nug and you pretend to listen. I suppose I trained at home, during feast day family visits. My specialty is ale. Old Antivan recipe. The secret is ale.
You're a bit of a hard ass. Why are you here?
And if I could fight, I'd be in a helmet. If I was a mage, I'd throw fire. And probably be dead. But I can't do anything. Just like the hundreds of people who can't do anything. Who make sure the thousands who can do something can do it. Besides, if you know a safer place than your castle, do share.
What's the word out there?
Quiet. Too quiet. No, wait. Just quiet enough.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Alright, okay. Alright, I'm gonna grab some drinks with Bull, and that's gonna be. Should I do this? Yeah, let's end the episode with some drinks. Wait, no. No, I know why I'm not gonna do that because it takes a long time and I'm already over my time. I'm gonna start the next episode with that. So, okay. Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and comment on the video. If you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to join the Wolf Pack. And question of the day is, who did you romance Inquisition? Let me know in the comments below, Twitter, and Reddit. Anyway guys, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Dragon Age Inquisition. Later, Wolf Pack.